Mm-hmm. I'm just finishing writing up my opinion.
Can't you let it go now and take a break?
No. I promised I'd get the award to the parties by Friday. That won't be too long.
Is this the case you heard yesterday?
Mm-hmm. Discharge of a 20-year employee, shop-steward. Company charged him with insubordination and fired him.
20 years. Whew. Rough. I'd hate to lose my job after 20 years.
Well, company claims he deserved it.
You know, there's one thing I don't understand. I thought you arbitrators say that discharge is the equivalent of capital punishment. Don't employees have the right to expect that they'll only be terminated as a last resort?
In general, that's true.
Now, the company would have to have some pretty strong arguments that there was no other alternative.
You want me to tell you about the case?
If it doesn't take too long, I've got some things to do.
No, just 2 minutes. I'd like to hear what you think. I've already made my decision. Let me outline the case for you, laying out both sides, labor and management, and we'll see how you decide.
All right. But only a few minutes. What did this shop-steward do?
Among other things, the company says he refused a direct order from supervisor. He was handling some union business when this allegedly took place. The union, on the other hand, argued that shop stewards have special protection under the law. Management's first witness was an assistant in the personnel department. She testified about how the grievant entered her office early one morning. Remember, this is management's side of the story.
Damn it all, Mary. I just saw Gus outside and he's still doing that temporary foreman's job. What kind of an operation are you running here anyhow?
Slow down, Mac. What's the problem?
For Christ's sakes, didn't I tell you he isn't supposed to do that work anymore? What the hell do you think that we have this contract for? Here it is in black and white. An employee from the bargaining unit may work as a temporary foreman for a period not to exceed 90 days in any year. Gus's 90 days is up. If you don't switch him back, he's going to lose his seniority. That's a hell of a way to run a business.
Oh, wait a minute, Mac. You don't have to swear at me. This is the first time I've heard anything about this. Let me check on it and I'll get back to you.
Sure. No one knows a goddamn thing around here. I'm warning you, Mary. If you don't get this thing straightened out, there's going to be hell to pay. Hey, Gus, you got to clear out of here.
What?
You can't stay on this job anymore.
Hey, Mac, I don't know. I was just
Listen,
finishing.
I'm telling you to leave.
What's going on here? Mac, what are you doing in this department?
My job, buddy, my job. Hey, look at Blockhead. I happen to be here on official union business, so clear out.
You know what's going on?
Well, I'm not sure. Mac,
You keep out of this. I'm the shop steward here, and we've got a clear contract violation.
What are you talking about?
The contract says he can't work for more than 90 days as a temporary foreman. He started working this job more than 3 months ago. His time is
Oh,
up.
for Pete's sake, Mac, that means he can't hold his job for more than 90 working days. That's 90 days, Monday through Friday. That doesn't mean you're supposed to figure in Saturdays and Sundays.
Well, you dirty son of a
Hey,
bitch.
Mac.
You're lying. We never said 90 working days. 3 months is 3 months. Now you're trying to stretch it. You're always walking all over this contract. Well, I'm sick of
Hey,
it.
well, cool down. I'll take this up with the boss. He'll straighten this out.
Don't give me any of that, you bastard. You always say you're gonna check. If you knew what the hell you're doing, you'd have an answer by now. I'm sick of you and your chicken shit. Nothing ever gets done around here. You're incompetent. Let's go.
Now, wait a minute. You stay right here. And, Mac, you go back to your station.
No.
Okay, that's it. Go back to your station or I'll take disciplinary action.
I ain't leaving.
All right. I had enough. You go back to your station, punch out, and go home. You're suspended.
Did anyone substantiate the supervisor's testimony?
His testimony was backed up by another member of management who was outside in the hall. He said the grievant was so loud you could hear him downstairs.
What kind of a record did the grievant have?
The director of personnel brought in his file.
It's a pretty bad record. I would appreciate if the witness would keep her personal comments to herself. We don't need her characterizing the grievance employment record in one way or another. That's for you to decide.
Would you read the record?
Within the past 3 years, failure to call in when he was absent from a shift, verbal warning, removal of notice on the company bulletin board without company approval, verbal warning, repeated failure to punch his own time card, written warning, unauthorized operation of company equipment, 1 day suspension, fighting, 3 days suspension.
So the company now charged him with insubordination and suspended him.
Yes,
But I thought you said he was discharged.
he was. 2 days after the supervisor suspended him on the floor, the company came back to him, told him they had investigated his case, and that he was fired.
We reviewed your case and looked over your past record. We decided we can't work with you anymore. You're discharged.
Why did they decide that?
At the hearing, the company's attorney listed the charges against him.
The grievant here is guilty of a number of abuses, just one of which would be sufficient cause to justify the discharge. First, he ordered a fellow employee to leave his job. Mr. Arbitrator, I submit that in so doing, he overrode management's innate prerogative to assign, supervise, and direct employees in their work. I ask you to consider what would happen to this firm's operation if employees began taking orders not only from management, but union representatives as well. Second, and equally as important, the grievant refused a direct order. This is a classical example of insubordinate behavior. And if all of this were not enough, third, this man before us threatened and intimidated not one, but 2 representatives of management. I'm warning you, he said, if things don't work out the way I want them to, there will be hell to pay. This he said to a company representative. And when things did not work out as he wanted them to, he assaulted a second representative of management, pushing him and physically threatening him with his hand. The grievant we maintain showed the utmost contempt for management, using abusive language which by any standard is unacceptable to any reasonable human being. The union has argued that union officials cannot be treated in the same way as ordinary employees. This company does not disagree with that point, as long as union officials behave in a responsible manner while conducting union business. The behavior displayed in this case exceeds any protection a union steward might have. The grievant was not only grossly insubordinate, but also showed the utmost contempt for management in the presence of other employees. If employees see their elected officials getting away with such behavior, they will think that they may too. As a representative of his fellow workers, he should have acted responsibly and with discretion. This he failed to do.